Good evening, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, August 19th. Welcome to our Tuesday edition of our leadership call. Uh, my name is Miriam Kareem, and I'm so happy to have everybody here so we can learn and grow and learn and build our businesses to where they need to be. Quick tip from the Newbie Corner. So, we were just talking about something and it brought to mind about something that happened today. I was scrolling on Facebook, looking at, comment on different posts and different groups. And there was this one, like an entrepreneurial group. And somebody asked, what are some side hustles that are free? And one person commented and they said that, well, there's a lot of them that are free. The question is, what are you going to do to make it work for you? And I thought immediately about Coach Marcus. He started his business, his HBN business, for free. He didn't, if his story, if I'm correct with his story, Coach Marcus said you wanted to see if it would work. You wanted to see if it was legitimate. And come to find out, he's like how many years later, he's $1 million richer because of it. So you have to, he's a prime example of um working it, even if it is free, treat it like it's a business. He treated it like it was a business. So my lesson today was from Coach Marcus's lesson was to, treat your business like a business. And I have to really, really take that to heart and keep myself reminded of that every single day, because we all, it's real easy to get into that mindset that it's not a business, but you really have to get serious about it and treat it like a business. So that being said, I'd like to introduce you all to our teacher tonight, Coach Will Zanders. He is a multiple seven-figure earner in the network marketing world, a seven-figure earner at HBN in our Green Organics, one of our Green Organics companies, and our first six-figure earner over at Godasana. Amazing, amazing teacher. Always has the right perspective to help you get your business to where it needs to be. So, Coach Will Zanders, are you available, sir?
I am available, Miriam. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, wonderful. There we go. Okay, I think we got it good. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank y'all for hopping on tonight. I want to thank Miriam for that kind introduction. Before I bring up our guest trainer for the evening, the one and only Coach Seymour Blake, I just want to, and I'll come back at the end of the call with a couple of event updates, which are really, really fun, really, really cool. But before I bring the one and only Coach Seymour Greenwich Blake to the stage, um, what Miriam brought up a great point, and Coach Kimberly chimed in as well with the great piece of knowledge. And in a nutshell, for those of y'all who are just hopping on, it was really about learning how to read the room. And in today's network marketing era, reading the room is something that is about at least 50%, sometimes far more, depending on your level of activity. It's going to be done in the digital space. So you do have to be safe. You do have to be careful, especially with interacting with people and them asking for your information and things of that nature, because some of them are legit and do want to do business and take advantage of the opportunity on email or text or Facebook or Instagram and whatnot. And sometimes they don't. And Coach Kim brought up a great point as Miriam is experiencing that, uh, learning how to read the room and identify who's what. And Jessica, another one of our diamonds, had some great comments about that. Coach Kimberly said, you just got to, a lot of times, check out their profile. Doesn't take long to do a quick scan and just kind of get as much information as you can up front before you ever make a decision about whether or not to engage. And this rule is actually applied differently for men than it is to women. So Coach Marcus is going to have a much more laid back view about it. And that's just because of safety concerns. He'll just do a thumbs up, whatever. Coach Kim, as a super multi-million dollar earner in network marketing, and as a lady as well, a mom, she's got to do things a little bit different, especially if she's interacting with gentlemen online. And Miriam has to do the same thing as well. So know how to read the room. And ladies, it's okay to really listen to your intuition and go, let me check out this pro. No, something's off about that. Block. Next. Don't even worry about it. It's never that big a deal. There are billions of people on earth, billions of prospects, and it's always going to be safety first. So thank you so much, Miriam, for bringing that up. And thank you, Coach Kim, as well, for your wisdom as well. And all right, let's get to the fun stuff. Let's see if we got him on the stage. I don't even want to, I took up too much time away from his introduction. one of our recent six-figure earners here with the company, but multiple six-figure earner in the industry, retired Armed Forces veteran, the one and only Coach Seymour Greenridge Blake, a father, a brother, a son, just an all-around incredible guy, a granddad as well. So we're excited about that. Let me see if we can get Coach on the line. Coach Blake, are you available this evening, sir? Can we get you on? Coach might be having some technical difficulties. Let me see. If not, we'll just keep rolling. I know he's typically pretty busy. Let me see where Coach is at.
He should be good now. I just made him co-host.
Oh, that's what. Okay, that's what. Well, yeah, it was the technical stuff. Yep. Don't worry, Coach. We got you. Hold on.
There we go.
There it is. There he is. All right, sir. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the introduction, sir.
You are most
And
welcome.
before we
Love
get
that
started,
shirt,
I just want to
love
say
that shirt.
this. I want to say this: great minds think alike. Because look, we wearing the same shirt, and
Yes,
you see, we
indeed.
thinking the
Let's
same
go.
thing too.
Let's go.
So, but with that said, today I want to make sure that you guys have your pen and paper ready, because what I'm going to talk about today is going to probably touch some of you. I hope it opens some of your eyes and your mind to what I'm going to be talking about. And what I'm going to be talking about is going to go back to what we talked about 2 weeks ago and last week. 2 weeks ago, we talked about be silent and listen. Last week, we talked about no more excuses. Okay. And what I'm going to be talking about today, I want y'all to take this and don't just use it strictly for business. Use it on your job. Use it in your relationship. But most important, use it if you really want to build your business and if you really know what you really want in life. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera so I can get focused on my notes that I have here to bring to y'all today. And like I said, I hope I get to someone today after we get through with this call and go back to what Coach Will. So let me go and go off camera and then get started. And like I said, guys, you're going to be able to see if you were on these calls the last 2 weeks in a row, you're going to see where what I'm going to be talking about today going to relate to the last 2 weeks of the training that we had. And like I said, I hope you all have your pen and paper ready. So the topic for today is focus on what you really want, because clarity is power. So let me say that again. Focus on what you really want in life, because clarity is power. So I want to start with this question to everybody on the call. And if you want, you can answer this in the chat if you choose to. But if I was to stop you right now and ask you the question, what do you really want in life? Would you be able to answer me that question with clarity and in just one sentence? And if you choose to, put in the chat, what do you really want in life? Let me see what some of the subjects gonna be. I only see one person, so I guess, okay, here we go. Let's get them coming in. Okay, so I saw a couple good ones. So my question, I mean, after I ask that question, I see some of the answers of what most people will pause and say. They'll say something like they want freedom, they want happiness, they want wealth. Okay. But the truth is that most of us think we know what we want until life starts throwing us in different directions. Till obstacles start coming in front of us, and then we change it. So today, what I want to help some of us do is to become laser focused, because until you know exactly what you want in life and you stay locked into it, you're going to keep chasing distraction instead of your destiny. That's what you're trying to achieve. Let me say that again. Stay laser focused, Because until you really know exactly what you want in life and you stay locked into it, you will keep chasing distraction instead of your destiny. Okay? Why most people don't get what they really want in life? Most people don't get what they really want because of three things. They never take the time to figure it out, what they really want, number one. Number two, they start changing their goals every time they face an obstacle. So every time somebody throw a shiny object in front of them, they let that shiny object distract them from what they were really trying to achieve, that goal they were trying to reach to. And they focus on what they don't want instead of what they really want. When you're unclear about anything, you give your energy to random things. And that could be in a relationship. You have a wonderful wife or a husband at home, but you go out and somebody made you smile, and now that attraction, you made that little smile because maybe you had a little problem at home today, and you made that little smile that person made you distract you from what you really have at home. You make that little shiny object distract you from the business that you're involved with. Okay? So we got to stay focused on what we really want and not what we don't want, because any random thing can create random results. And if you don't have a clear target of what you're trying to hit, you're going to hit anything. And it might be something that's not worth celebrating. Why do I say clarity is power? When you know what you want, your decision becomes easier for you to achieve it. And if your decision to achieve what you really want in life, when you have clarity on what you want to achieve, guess what distractions become? Less power in your life. And motivations become automatic. Okay? It's like basically if you're going somewhere and you put that information into that GPS, you know where you're going to be going if you follow that and you stay focused on that GPS. You know every turn that you got to take, right? You know when you got to stop, you know when you got to move, because it has purpose. But if you don't stay focused on that GPS and pay attention to where that GPS is taking you, you know what you're doing? All you're doing is driving around in circles. Same thing with your relationship, same thing with your business. If you don't pay attention to it, distraction is going to take you on different roads. And those distractions could be the naysayers, the haters, the people that will basically try to distract you on purpose. And you listen to them instead of listening to your purpose that you have and your dream that you want to do, complete and achieve. So I'd say to you this: how do you figure out what you really want in life? Number one is where we go back to week before last. You got to get quiet and listen to yourself. Okay? Turn off the noise. Get rid of the social media, the news. You watching the news every day, and do you ever see anything positive on the news? No, it's always something negative. You listening to other people's opinions about if your business is going to work, or you go and you start telling your problems of your relationship to your little girlfriends and friends, male friends, and what are they telling you? Man, you need to leave him, you need to leave her. And what you do, you listen to them. And most of the time, those are the people that are single and not even in a relationship. So how can you go to them and expect for them to give you the right answers? Because you get distracted. Okay? So we gotta get somewhere quiet and start listening to ourselves. And once we get there, we gotta ask ourselves the right questions, guys. We have to ask ourselves the right question. And I know y'all heard me say this before. if no matter what you did, you knew that you could not fail, how big would your dream be? How big would your goal be? If no matter what you did, you couldn't fail at it. Okay? Another question we need to ask ourselves: if you had all the money and time in that you needed, how would you spend those days? Because I'm telling you, the last 64 years of my life, I don't have 64 more years promised to me. I don't have 5 minutes promised to me. I don't have the next minute promised to me. So you got to focus on how would you spend your time that you got left on this earth. If you don't do the right thing in your relationship, you can mess that relationship up. Focus on your home. Focus on your business. Because again, clarity is power. And the next question you got to ask yourself is, what do I really want my life to look like 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now? Because again, remember, it's not promised. So you don't want people to remember you by, man, that dude was so sorry, that female, she was so sorry. You want people to remember you for the good. Okay? So once you get quiet and you start asking yourself the right questions, what you think you need to do next? You need to start writing it down. Don't just say, I want to be rich. How many times we hear Coach Marcus and Coach Will tell us, write down your top 4 reasons, goals that you want to achieve, or what you want in life, and be detailed about it. Define what rich means to you. Don't just say, I want to be healthy. Define what losing that weight, having that energy level, and the lifestyle that you want to have as a healthy lifestyle. Because if you write these things down, you're going to start to feel it. Okay? How many times let's say you drive a Mercedes, a BMW, a Lexus, a Rolls Royce. Do you not carry yourself the way sometime of what you're driving? If you live in a big, nice house, do you not carry yourself in that proper way? If you're going to present a business to somebody, do you go out to that person's home in some flip-flops? No. You dress according to what you're trying to sell to that individual. The same as when you go to a job interview, a lot of us will put on a suit. Don't even work with a suit, but you put on a suit to go to that interview. Why do you do that? Because it's the presentation. Okay? And just to let y'all know, there is a formula to focusing. Because once you know what you want, this is how you're going to lock it in, guys. There are 4 ways that you can lock this formula in. Number 1, like I said earlier, you got to visualize it. Okay? You got to see it in your mind first before you see it in your life. Athletes that go out and play basketball or football, do you not think that they visualize winning before they even get on that court or in that football field? So why are we not doing the same thing? And then a lot of times, because our goals might be so big, they might be overwhelming. So what we got to do, we got to break those goals down into small steps. We write down 20 reasons why we would join the business. But out of those 20, we got 4 goals that we want to achieve, right? So that's us breaking those 20 reasons down. And you start at the lesser goal and work your way up. So if you start at goal number 4 and you achieve that goal, you take that goal off the board, you add another one, and you start working on goal number 3. And once you achieve goal number 3, you take that off the board, add number 4 up to 3, add another one, and then start working on goal number 2, and so forth till you get to goal number 1. When you accomplished all 4 goals, now you got 4 more goals to work on. You're working on it, you're breaking it down so you don't get overwhelmed trying to just achieve one big goal. Then you got to do something else. You might have to break them down daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, so you can achieve those goals, and then set a date to it. Because a dream without a date is just a wish. Work on your daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, and then your yearly goals. You will, and like I said, if you put a date to it, even if you didn't achieve the goal within that time frame, you see how close you got to that goal. Because a lot of people get in the business and they quit it after 90 days. And a lot of times when they quit, that next step, that next person could have been a Will Sanders, could have been a Marcus Jones, could have been a Kimberly Wilkins. But they quit before they got to their goal because they didn't know how close they were. Number 3, the biggest formula is we got to start protecting our focus and what our focus and our visions are. Stop telling everybody what your vision and your dream is, because everybody don't understand what your vision, and they don't understand the goal that you want in life. And some of those people will distract you on purpose, like I said earlier, because they don't want to see you succeed. Stop telling your dreams and your goals to everybody. Be quiet about it. Do you hear a tree growing in the woods? No, you just see it come up. You don't hear it growing. So why are you telling your dreams to other people? That you water that plant and that tree comes up and it provides fruit sometime, flowers, but it's silent in the woods. You don't hear it growing, but you will hear it fall. And another thing, stop apologizing to people when you tell them no. If somebody came to you and tried to put a distraction, put a shiny object in your, stop saying, I'm sorry, but I don't want to do that. Just say no. Why are you apologizing to it? Number 2 was break your goals down into sections. Break it down into, don't try to achieve the whole full goal at one time. Number 4, start reviewing your progress regularly. Because again, like I said, if you don't have a date and you don't try to keep up with what you're doing, you're going to quit before, right when it was the next person would have probably built your business for you. Okay, so track your achievements. Again, weekly, daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly. Look at it and say, how close am I moving closer to my goal, or am I moving further away from it? Is it not working? And if it's not working, guess what you need to do? Adjust it. But please don't quit. Don't quit. We got to stop that. We got to stop letting little distraction or let people talk us out of doing what we're trying to achieve. Talk you out of your relationship with the person that you're with. You didn't get in a relationship with that person. You didn't fall in love with that person because somebody told you to fall in love with them. You fell in love with them because your energy was together. You had the same chemistry. Okay? You got to also stop taking days off of your business, because those days off result in weeks off, months off. Oh, I'll get back with it. I'll catch back up with it. And that's where the excuses come in. You got to stop making excuses. There should be no days off on you building your business, just like there should be no days off on you building your relationship. Whatever you did to get that relationship started in life, you should continue doing. Don't stop once you got it. You keep doing. If you was taking her out or him out on dates, continue to do that in your marriage. Don't stop because now you're married and you have a piece of paper that said you're married. Practice more than anyone else on achieving your goals. Stop looking at some of our coaches that has done something great and feel that, okay, I got to do it too because they did it. Do it because that's what you want in life. And to do that, you got to be disciplined. And if you're silent and you're listening, you're focusing. If you're not making excuses, that means you're disciplined. And if you're disciplined, you are focused. So now you see where the last 2 weeks was working its way up to today. Okay? Main thing that we got to start doing in life is we got to start eliminating distraction. Because distraction is just like procrastination, it's a dream killer. So ask yourself these 3 questions. What is stealing your time? What is draining your energy? And what habits are keeping you stuck? And when you answer these questions, what is stealing your time? Own it. Stop blaming somebody else. Stop blaming the business, the company. Look in the mirror. Because you are the one that's stealing your time. Because you letting distractions stop you from working on getting what you want in life. You're the one that's draining the energy out of your life. Because you're wasting time. You're just not doing what you say you want to do in life. And your procrastination and your excuses is what keeping you stuck from not moving forward with your business or with your relationship, or even with getting promoted at your job. Look in the mirror and stop blaming everybody else. Own up on what your mistakes are. Own up on what your wasting time is. Because for somebody to waste your time, you have to be wasting your own time, and they saw that. Okay? Sometimes focusing on what you really want means removing what you don't want, guys. Remove toxic people out of your life. Remove time-wasting habits. Again, you see where that came back to you and not somebody else? Remove time-wasting habits. Remove negative thinking, that's negative energy. That comes back to those 3 reasons: stealing your time, draining your own energy, and having negative excuses as habits that's keeping you stuck. Those are distractions that you got to get out your life. Because every yes to something unimportant is a no to your dream, guys. So I got an action plan and a challenge for you today. Here's how you can focus. The challenge and focusing, this is what you can do. I want you to write these down, and I'm going to repeat them. So today, I want you to write down exactly what you want in life. Exactly what you want in life. In one clear, detailed sentence. I'm going to say that again. Today, I want you to write down exactly what you want in life. One clear detail in sentence. Number 2, this week, I want you to list 3 daily actions that will move you towards your goal. That's for this week. 3 daily actions that will move you towards your goal. For the month, I want you to eliminate one major distraction that's been stealing your focus. I want you to eliminate one major distraction that's been stealing your focus. And I want y'all to be honest to yourself, because you can lie to us, you can lie to other people, but you shouldn't lie to yourself if you really want to achieve a specific goal in life. And then every day, what I want you to do is I want you to read that goal out loud. Read it out loud so you can hear yourself. Then after you read it out loud, I want you to visualize it. And then I want you to feel it. Because the more you focus on it, the more your life will start to move in that direction. And again, not only for your business, but for your relationship with whoever you may be with. Sit down with your spouse and write those goals down together if that's what you need to do on your relationship. And if you and your spouse are in business together, work on that relationship, work on the business together. Because you're not doing this for yourself, you're doing this for the family. So if you're in this business together with your spouse, sit down. Sit down tonight and let that individual know how much you really love them. Because once they're gone, that's when you're going to miss what you had if it was something great. Okay? And we're closing. Remember one thing that I said. You have one life and one shot at it. Because we don't have nothing promised of us in the future when it comes to our life. One life and you have one shot at making it right. So don't waste it chasing things that you don't really care about. Get clear, get focused, get moving. Because I'm going to tell you what focus really is a dream between you. A bridge between you and your dream that you have on the other side, that is reality. So focus is that steel bridge that you got to cross over to get to your dream. That water that's flowing under that bridge, because most of the time when you have bridges, there's water flowing under that bridge. It's a distraction. And if you're walking over that bridge and you look down into that water on a sunny day, what you going to see? Shiny objects flashing back at you, right or wrong. Think about that. When the sun hit that water that's flowing by under that bridge, there's little sparks, that shiny little sparkles that are shining on that water. Those are the distractions of people trying to distract you from your dream. And if you keep watching that and you let that distract you, that steel bridge going to turn into a paper bridge and you're going to fall. So stay focused, because what focus is clarity. And if you stay focused and you have clarity, you have power in yourself to get over, because on the other side of that bridge, a focus is that pot of gold that's at the end of that rainbow. But the only difference is not gold, G-O-L-D, is your goal, G-O-L. That's in that pot that's waiting for you to get over there to that side of the bridge. So stay focused. Remember that the moment you decide exactly what you want to and commit to it fully, the world gonna start opening doors for you guys. I'm telling you, it's gonna start opening doors for you. So my final question to you today is this. Do you know what you really want? And if you do, are you ready to go get it? Back to you, Coach Will.
Man, Coach Seymour, man, all right. I hope y'all got as many notes as I did, because I got 2 pages worth full. Y'all show Coach Seymour some love in the chat, because I've always heard this, and listening to other coaches, do trainings, I believe it now more than ever. And they say that mentorship is wisdom without pain, because typically you have to accumulate and go through a lot of experiences, some good, some bad, to get that wisdom. When you have someone like Coach Seymour, who's just so wise and sagacious, and who has taken the mantle to give you and pour years of wisdom into you on a weekly basis, I want you to understand that type of mentorship, even if it's virtual, that mentorship is wisdom without pain. You don't have to go through a lot of the stuff that he went through, that I went through, Coach Mark went through, Coach Sonic went through, Coach Kim went through, Coach Tina went through, and many, many others. You don't have to go through that if you understand what we're saying on a week in, week out basis, and Coach Seymour just laid it down. So some of my favorite takeaways from what he just said, other than clarity is power, he could have shut it down right there, because that is absolutely amazing, is the fact that he said you got to learn how to say no. You got to learn how to say no. And I'm going to tell you, it's all about getting yeses up until you become a six-figure earner in network marketing. It's all about getting yeses. You know, go through the no's to get to the yeses. In order to get to the $1 million mark with any company, you're going to have to get really good at saying no, specifically the way Coach Seymour told you, because you're going to have to say no to a lot of amazing opportunities, a lot of amazing things that you might want to go do. A lot of people are going to want your time for good reasons. You got to learn how to say no if you want to get to that level. And Coach Seymour is giving y'all the business on that. Another great takeaway I have from Coach was that you got to protect your focus. Focus is the superpower of the wealthy. I have not been able to find any other characteristics of wealthy people across all industries except for these two things. I've seen old and young, all nationalities, different religions, different genders. Every single wealthy person I've ever found is going to be, one, they're going to be above average in confidence. They're going to be confident. They're not going to be cocky. Some of them are, but I've never seen someone who just thinks very, very little of themselves. Typically, wealthy people do not have a low self-image. Number one, they're very confident. They have a healthy self-image. Number one. Number two is their focus. They might not be liked by the public, or they might be loved and adored by the public. It really does. They might have a great relationship at home. They might have a terrible relationship at home. Wealthy people understand the superpower of focus. So thank you, Coach, for sharing that. And last but not least, before I get into a couple of things and then some really cool announcements, so stay to the end. This is fun stuff. I'm gonna tell you one more thing Coach Seymour said. He said, when you go do a presentation, are you gonna be wearing flip-flops and shorts and all this type of stuff? Well, buddy, I got a story for you. Because I don't think anybody had ever done it before, because it's such a stupid thing to do. Because he made a great point about that. Well, let me tell you how dumb I was. When I was a rookie network marketer, I had made maybe $10,000 in commissions, my first month or two. I was really on a roll, so I thought, because the average network marketer makes $500 in their career. So I thought I was good. And I was a pretty good presenter by that point in my career, because I had already been to law school. I knew how to speak publicly. I didn't have any fear of public speaking. And I went to a home meeting with my multi-million-dollar upline, and I was doing the presentation. And I rolled in there in some shorts, this is no joke, some flip-flops, and a purple and gold Denham Springs High School football t-shirt. This is no exaggeration, to do a presentation. Do you know my multi-million-dollar mentor, my upline, let me have it? You hear me? Let me have it. And I never did that again. And it was a she. She said, she didn't say nothing until the meeting was over. People signed up, it was great. Man, she went off. And it was the right thing to do, because a lot of times we think that we know more than people, as far as this business, that have made millions of dollars. We really think we so proud and our ego is so big. I never did it again. I never did it again. Nobody here has ever seen me in shorts or flip-flops at a meeting in the history of ever. You never see it again. You never see it again. And so we all got to learn. And sometimes mentorship is not easy, but had I stayed on that really, really casual level of going into people's homes and doing presentations like that, I would have lost builder after builder after builder. I would have never been invited back. Okay, so Coach Seymour was giving y'all some gems. Please take them to heart. And that homework assignment is fire. I cannot wait to get my one sentence down. I'm ready to get off the call, because I really want to focus and look at my top 20 reasons why, and take the challenge on myself to condense that into a sentence. Oh man, Coach, I'm up for the job. So that's what I'm gonna do after this. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's different now. It's way different now. Yeah, way different. But we learn and we make mistakes and move on for that. So let's cover a couple of just different diamond mindsets, some level 3 content tonight to shift our mindset a little bit. And then I'll make sure we have enough time to cover these fun Nashville announcements, because this is fun stuff. Y'all might not be excited about it. I'm excited about it, because I'm going to be talking some things tonight that I wanted to keep secret, but I can't, because I need your input. And again, we're doing things that it's never been done. We're doing things that have never been done. All right. And I'll get to that in a second. So just understand it's about top earners in network marketing. They have what I would call internal calibration. You don't have to write this down, just hear it out. Internal calibration and self-knowledge. All right. Now I'm gonna put that in different words for you. You cannot go up to Shaquille O'Neal and tell Shaquille O'Neal, hey buddy, you're short, and have him believe it. You just can't walk up to Jason Tatum, and Jason Tatum's like 6'9", 6'10". Hey buddy, you're short. Because they have internal calibration and self-knowledge. They know who they are and they know what they are. When you're a top earner in network marketing, before you ever make the money, you know who you are and you know what you are, and nothing anybody can say can knock you off your square because you're internally calibrated, because you have knowledge of self. Can't nobody tell me I'm not good. You couldn't try. I mean, you could, it just wouldn't matter. You would sound foolish to yourself. You would sound foolish to yourself. You have to have that same level of internal calibration and knowledge of self. Sometimes you got to take time to figure out who you really are. And a lot of times it's not who the world or your family wants you to be. And when you have that level of authenticity with yourself and who you are, you become very, very unapologetic. You become very, very unapologetic to anything, and that comes with it. Not all the time, because sometimes apologies are necessary. You become very apologetic. Anybody tries to challenge you, who you know you are. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So network marketing leadership is going to require that same certainty. You got to know your identity. You got to know your value, and you got to know your role as a leader. And you can't lie to yourself, because lying to yourself is going to lead to delusion. And self-delusion is the opposite of self-knowledge. You don't want to be deluded. You don't want to think you're less than you are, and you don't want to think you're more than you are. Okay? Know who you are. All right? And that's what that, because if you don't define yourself, a lot of times, like me, I look at God. Who did God say I am? Because then that gives me a foundation to build my image, my self-image on. I know what Dad said, so I'm with that, right? But you got to find your own foundation. That's on you and your journey, right? If you don't define who you are, I promise you, the television and the TV and the social media and other people will define who you are and tell you exactly who to be. And you look at every day when you go to the store, you go out, you on anywhere, you see people who the world has told them what to be. And it is not a pretty picture. It's just not. All right. That being said, let's talk about top earner resources. I'm gonna give you 8 real quick. Top earner resource. Every top earner has these 8. You have them too. You just may not be using them right. Okay. Number 1, 2 eyes. Typically, top earners have eyes. All right. They can focus on the vision, like Coach Seymour said, not the distractions. That's what your eyes are there for. To focus on the vision. You see somebody else with something great, don't hate, don't be jealous, don't envy, don't covet. You're seeing things that is possible for you to have. And that's a beautiful thing. It's an absolutely beautiful thing. 2 ears. You got 2 ears. You got to listen more than you speak. Okay. You got ears. You got to really listen to people. Okay. And then sometimes you got to listen to yourself. And you got to sometimes look at yourself. What did you just say? You got to look at those thoughts and what you said, that don't fit. And you got to listen to yourself. All right. And check yourself. Whenever you got to check yourself. All right. And then say something different. Number 3, you got 1 mouth. And you have that mouth. If I ever have thoughts that I know are not lining up with the version of myself that I would like to become, I will say it out loud. Who are you talking to? Absolutely not. That's weird. Look, that's weird. I don't know where that came from. And you double down, but you use your mouth. You also have to use your mouth to speak life, to speak belief, to speak clarity, and to speak to people. Because what else do we do in this business on our path to just say no money, okay, is communicating with people, all right? And then number 4, top earners have 2 hands. You got to put the work in consistently. I don't care if it's texting, knocking on doors, driving to a meeting, folding up a drop card. You better use these, and you better thank God for them every day. Your eyes, your ears, your mouth, your hands, you better thank God for them every day. Okay, you really should, because sometimes we don't appreciate something until it's gone. And then we realize that we really did take it for granted. And that's human nature. If you ever say you've never taken a person, place, or thing for granted in your life, you're not being honest. We've all done it. And I love the fact that Coach Seymour just gave us a reminder to please don't do that. Please don't do that to no person, no place, or thing in your life. All right. Do not take any of that stuff for granted. Even your time you have left on this earth, do not take that for granted, all right? Number 5, what do top earners have? So the first 4 were physical. The next 4 are going to be mental. Okay, so number 5, intellect. Top earners have intellect. You have intellect, but how are you using it? This is what top earners do. Intellect. How do they think about business and life? Okay, and are you feeding your mind with wisdom or gossip? That's just one example, but they feed their minds. Top earners, man, we feed our minds differently, almost to the point of it's crazy. Some stuff we just don't receive. Thou shalt not receive any negative report. A lot of times we just don't receive negative information. It's the weirdest thing. But you'll understand it. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand that intellect. And you either have it or you're going to develop it, but you got to understand it. How do you think about business and life? Number 6, top earners have a certain type of will. Okay, will is, well, one, yes, me, but will is decision and discipline. Decision and discipline. Coach Seymour talked about commitment tonight. When you say I'm all in, do your actions prove it? It's easy to say I'm all in. That's easy. But at the casino, if someone says I'm all in, they have to take some action with that. They got to push those chips to the center. That right? Sacrifice must be made. I'm going all in. You got to push those chips. A lot of people in this industry, they're using their will, their decision and discipline. They'll say, I'm all in, I'm committed, my flag is planted. Okay, but do their actions prove it? It's a question you can ask yourself. When I say I'm all in, do my actions prove it? Okay. Number 7, top earners have a certain type of memory that comes from experience. It's related, okay? Learn from the past wins and losses. All right. Your failure does not define you, it refines you. Okay. Failure is not fatal, it's only temporary. Okay. You got to learn from your wins and losses, your past wins and losses, and understand that your failure doesn't define you, it's refining you. It's a whole different process. And you look at failure like that. It's really a lesson. Thank you, Jessica. Exactly. And number 8, man, this is my favorite one. Top earners have incredible imagination. Incredible imagination. The imagination is so amazing. Vision creates duplication. Vision creates duplication. If you can't picture yourself winning, neither can your team. I'm going to say that again for emphasis. If you can't, in your imagination, when you close your eyes, if you can't imagine yourself winning, neither can your team. They can't. They can't. They can't have a vision that you don't have. Got to think about that, okay? And so that being said, top earners, especially top earners who are diamonds who've been diamond enough to become a top earner, they aren't born. They're made. They're made. Nobody is born a leader. You were born a baby, okay? You were made. Some people have natural inclinations or giftings or things of that nature, of course, but far and away, every leader was born a baby and they are made, okay? You're not born a leader, you're born a baby. Understand that. Money doesn't make diamonds. Pressure makes diamonds and diamonds make money. I'm gonna say that again for emphasis. Money doesn't make diamonds. Oh, it was easy for them to do. They top earners already. We weren't always. Money doesn't make diamonds. Pressure makes diamonds and diamonds make money, okay? The pressure you're under right now, it's not punishment, it's preparation. I can assure you, the only reason I can say that is because I've been there and I've helped other people go from there to there so many times. I know it's not coincidence. It's a process. It's a process. If you're under pressure, please be excited about that. I know it sounds hard in the moment, but when you don't have no choice but to go big or quite literally go homeless, I didn't say go big, go home. When you ain't got no choice but to go big or go homeless, you're going to go big. You're going to go big, okay? So embrace the pressure. It's shaping your leadership posture. And once you have that leadership posture, can't nobody take it from you. The company can't take it from you. Prospects can't take it from you. Your upline can't take it from you. Downline success team can't take it from you. Your mama can't take it from you. Once you have it, she wouldn't take it from you, but wouldn't if she could, right? Or she couldn't if she would, all right? So this is the thing, we'll finish with that and then we'll have some announcements for you very quickly. This is probably the most important part of everything I just said, all right? It's gonna be tough for some people. This is the level 3 mindset shift you gotta have it. The mindset you have right now is what produced your current results. So if you're not a top earner yet, you're not a diamond yet, I totally get it, no worries there. But the mindset you have, and probably you've had it for a while, is what produced your current results. If you keep the same mindset, this is how I do things, this is how I respond to things, this is how I react to things, this is how I think about things, this is how I feed my mind, this is my routine, this is what I do, you're going to get those same results. You're going to get those same results. Okay. To create new results, you have to voluntarily, we can't force you, you have to voluntarily step into a level 3 mindset shift. And that's what we'll be talking about in Nashville to get you dialed in on not just making sure that you've already experienced your absolutely necessary level 3 mindset shift, but we're going to be teaching you how to create content specifically that shifts your prospects and customers and team members into level 3 thinking. It is a super, super fun process. I cannot wait to teach it to you on Saturday afternoon. But that being said, that's all we have for the time we have in the call of night. I want to thank Miriam. I want to thank Coach Marcus. I want to thank Sydney, of course, our super scribe. Karen's in there as well, Coach Seymour and everybody else. Let's talk about some Nashville announcements, shall we? All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nashville. It's going to be crazy. Now, Nashville, of course, is September the 12th through the 14th. I hope you have already gotten your ticket online or in person. It is going to be a not miss event for anybody who wants to really take command of their own destiny in network marketing, especially with this company and these products that we have coming out. The Nashville group was open. Then I made a mistake programming it on Facebook and it messed up a bunch of stuff up. We got the group back running. I'm sending out invites based on the ticket list tonight. If you do not receive your invitation to the group, check your notifications. If you don't receive your invitation in the group within 24 hours, please send me a message personally. Send me a direct message on Facebook. Hey, Will, I didn't get my invite. Give me 24 hours to have everybody back in there and we'll get that taken care of. Do not forget, if you haven't seen it by this time tomorrow, please DM me. I either hadn't made it through the list or missed, because some people bought tickets under their name but their tickets are for other people. Okay, so y'all gotta let me know. I'm going through the list as fast as I can this evening. If you are a 50K earner or going to be a 50K earner, combined commissions with Green Organics and GoDasana, or a 100K earner, by the time we get to Nashville, please send me a special message on Facebook for that as well. Or if you are a diamond who will be attending the event in person, and I mean a diamond under the new pay plan or a diamond under the old pay plan. Either way, we honoring it all. The company calls the rule. The company calls the play. We just run the play. If you are a diamond that plans on attending Nashville in person, please let me know with a direct message. I need to get some information from you. 50Ks, 100Ks, and diamonds who are attending in person, please let me know. I need to make sure that I have all your awards lined up and things of that nature. And I can't stand when I get awards made for people and spend money on these awards, which all comes out of pocket for the most part, because the venue itself always takes the entire budget plus some. And then people don't make it to the event, and I'm very sad. I probably got 2 or 3 awards that should have went to people that they didn't come. So if you're not going to be there, you think you might not be there, let me know so I can take that award money and make some other awards for some other people who are going to be there. All right, Sydney said she'll take them. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so y'all know, almost done. We got some fun stuff. We're not done. We got fun stuff left. How many people have already tried any of these? How many people have already tried any of these go-go sticks? My goodness, my goodness. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, things are happening behind the scenes at HBN and GoDasana, which is every month it gets better. Can I get a 1 in the chat if it gets better every month? Because this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm not going to say anything. I know Coach Marcus won't say anything, but there is, as of today, it'll probably be here next month. And this is why I want so many people to just get to the top levels of the company. I know Coach Kim won't say anything either. We're going to try to keep it under wraps as best we can. There is a pay plan tweak coming to the GoDasana pay plan to make it even better. It sounds stupid saying it. I didn't even want to say it. I'm not going to say what it is, but it sounds so ridiculous. How many people saw increased commissions on Monday? How many people were happy with their Matrix Monday commissions based on the amount of work they put in. I was pleased. I I was pleased. Very, very much so. I ended up making about $200 more than my biggest check would have been in my law enforcement career. And that was my goal. I wanted to make it. I said I wanted to make as much money in that 3-day period as I would make with any check I ever got from the sheriff's office. And I achieved that goal by about $200 over. But again, I was putting in work. I was sleeping about 3.5 hours a night. And I don't know, I was just committed. I wrote that down and I wanted to achieve that just for me personally. But I'm gonna say this company is innovating at a level that we haven't seen network marketing companies innovate in maybe 10 or 15 years, to be quite honest. There's maybe one other company out there that has some real innovative products that's getting a little buzz. But a lot of people don't know that company is almost 20 years old. They just bring back the same product and act like it's new every 5 to 10 years. These are category creating products. There is a product that is similar out in the market on Amazon and places right now. But those are just inhalers with synthetic oils for fragrance. They don't actually do anything. They just open up your breathing passages because there's a lot of menthol in them, and it's synthetic, so they can't actually be harmful. Just so you know, these are the only one of these on the market that actually do anything. There's the only ones on the market that actually do. They're the only ones that do anything. Just understand that. They actually do what they say they're going to do because of the essential oils and the formulation in there. Alexandra Brighton is actually literally a genius, literally. And because the company is innovating so much, I want us to start innovating a little bit at Nashville. So this is going to be fun. And one of the things that we're going to have at Nashville, for people who are coming in person, that's never been done in the history of network marketing. I got this idea from going to World Axe Throwing Championships, and I was so happy. When you qualify for World Championships, you get player cards. You get player cards, which is absolutely crazy. I didn't know how fun these were until you realize you are really playing the game at a level when you get your own card with a bio and everything on there. So we're going to have, for people who are attending Nashville in person, this is going to be the qualifications for it. You can't just get them. If you are a 50K earner or a 100K earner, I will have your cards made for you. If you have made at least $5,000 in commissions, okay, you can let me know and I will have card made for you. Or you can just wait till you become a 50K earner and we will get your cards made. Will, how come we gotta be at 5,000 in commissions total to get cards? Because they don't just give these away. You got to make it to the league to get these. And I'm going with the same company. It was such a fun conversation because the company has never done anything like this before. So it's going to be a first for our team. You're going to see these all over social media. You're going to see them every time you go to a meeting. These should be everywhere you go. Right? This is one of the best business cards you could ever have when you go to different places where you would put drop cards and stuff. Yeah, 5K with HPN and Go to Sana combined. 5K minimum with Green Organics commissions. And the reason why I say you have a $5,000 deal is because minimum, and just so you own the cards are varied because we're getting so many of them because I'm getting them for our top earners already. The cards are just $50, and I think you get 50 to 100 cards for $50. Like I said, if you're a top earner, 50K, 100K, I'll be taking care of your stuff. I just need to contact you to get some information. But if you're at 5,000 and you want your own, $50 plus tax and shipping, I make $0 on that. This is not an affiliate program, has nothing to do with me. You're getting these at cost because I made great relationships with the people that make the cards because I had the most popular card at World Axe Throwing Championships. Everybody was like, yo, can I get, I didn't even win. I didn't even win the championship. They were like, Will, I want, can I get an autographed card? Your card is lit. And everybody has these books of cards. These books of cards. It's so cool. I didn't even think it's so cool. It's just a lot cooler than what you think it is, right? So my point is, but that being said, the reason why it's a $5,000 in commissions, because one, I want you to have made enough money to the point where $50 is not going to break the bank if you got to buy your cards. And these cards should make you money if you keep them with you like you should. On top of that, that's 50, I mean, come on. But on top of that, $5,000 is 10 times more than the average network marketer makes in their career. So statistically speaking, if you've made $5,000 in commissions, you are 10x better than an average network marketer. So you got to celebrate that. These are going to be great. We have a bio on the back for you, your stats, your network marketing stats. I put a lot of thought into this. and Kathy from corporate is really kind. They're letting me know the stats and everything. So this is going to be absolutely amazing for you. But again, if you're a 50K earner or 100K earner, I'm going to get these for you. Just let me know. And but if you want them anyway, as I would definitely do, you've at least $5,000 in commissions. By all means, let me know. Send me a Facebook message. And there are $50 plus tax and shipping. We have to have the order in by the 23rd, whatever Sunday night is, because I have to have the full numbers on a Monday so they can get to the printer and have them in Nashville on time. Otherwise, can't get them. So super, super excited about that. And again, it's going to inspire people that are at 2,000, 3,000, because I know me. If I know me, or you know, if you got kids and your kid sees somebody with the cards and you don't, they're gonna be like, Dad, why you don't handle cards? Why you don't handle cards? Like what are you doing? Why you don't handle cards? And so that's gonna be super fun. You just don't know until you get your own card. It just feels real. I can't explain it to you. And based on your rank at the time, your card will have different little medals on it to say what your highest rank achieved is, and it's great. Don't worry, it's great. All right. Also, last announcement. This is going to be super, super fun. We were able to get this done at the last minute. Again, 50K earners, 100K earners. Don't worry about it. I'm covering all these for you. Ladies and gentlemen, I was able to contact one of the ESPN sponsored jersey makers for World Axe Throwing Championships, cornhole, disc golf, and everything else. And we are getting, for the first time in network marketing history, you will have an opportunity to get your own network marketing jersey. HBN Go Design. The logos will be right here. The jerseys are going to be black and green and white. We're getting the designs done by the same design group that does the jerseys for ESPN. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I can't wait for y'all to see the logo that they've designed for us for the network marketing empire. It's absolutely incredible. Nobody's ever done this in the history of network marketing. I don't know why, but I've just been innovating. The company has inspired me to be more innovating. You're going to have your name on the back of the jersey, and you are off the all black dress code if you have a jersey. Yes, but they're going to be black, green, and white. They look. I cannot wait for y'all to see the proofs. And here's the thing. I know we got a lot of teams with the company. If you have a team logo, I know we got Tenacious Tribe, we got Team X Factor, we got Team Elite. We got, I know Coach Seymour he's going, I don't know if he's going by the Well Standard Bears or he's going by TGB Health Coach. Listen, if you got a team, okay, I know Coach Marcus, One Team, One Dream, and your team has a logo, okay, please make sure Club 324, I don't know who it is, but I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Oh, that's Ed and Jessica. Love it. I need a logo. Why? And the reason, TGB Enterprise, that's it. Okay, TGB Enterprise. I need a logo. Why do I need a logo? Because normally on these jerseys, you have sponsor spots on the bottom of the jerseys of people who pay you, okay, to wear the jersey, which is really cool. I like free money. It's awesome. I'm gonna wear it anyway. I'll take a check. But what we're gonna do with these is we're gonna have the logos for our top teams that are gonna be there in a sponsor position. So even though it's gonna be a Green Organics, Go Designer, HBN jersey there, okay, just understand that. Yeah, if you don't have just Jordan said to 2 people team. Let me just define team. Team is more than 2 people. It's okay, but you'll get there. But my point is, we'll have those on there. So no matter what your team is, we're going to have some logo spots there to make sure that people know that it is one team, one dream. But we respect what you built. We respect what you've done. You're always allowed to innovate and build the way you see fit as a leader with the team. And we're excited about that. And there's no need to get rid of that or water that down. This is not a dictatorship. This is a meritocracy. And to the top earners go to spoil. So Club 324, X Factor for sure. Tenacious, I need a logo, and the logo better not be trash. If you send me a logo when it's trash, I'm gonna probably rework it, send it back to you and go, hey, is this cool? And y'all just gonna have a new logo, because these jerseys cold. They are ice cold. All right. So, and then you got your name up there, and we're gonna have your country of origin. Some of our team members are Canadian, some are American, most are American. You got your logo just like the real ones you see on ESPN. Same fabric, smooth as silk. The colors pop. It's gonna be amazing, and I can't wait to wear it. I'll tell you a quick story. I bought my wife, my mom, everybody in my family. I bought them all Xander's Axe Throwing jerseys. Everybody's in Xander's when we go to Disney World. Everybody got jerseys, and they super, super lit. Why nobody asked me about the price of the jerseys? Why is no? Y'all should be asking me this. Y'all should be. Why is nobody asking me this? I said it don't matter. No, I was like, yeah, thank you, Coach Marcus. Yeah, I want to. Well, I'm gonna tell you a story. So this is super cool because he's supposed to be a lot, but I'm gonna tell you how it broke down. And then we're wrapping up the call with this. We can cut the recording. Doesn't matter. So my mom's wearing her jersey, and she's out. She's wearing her jersey, and she's moving around doing her thing. And I'm not even there. She's in Louisiana time, and somebody stops her and says, "Oh my gosh, what is that jersey? What do you do?" And she said, "Oh, that's my son." They got into a whole conversation because the jerseys look so cool and they are official jerseys that people will be like, "I seen that somewhere." Yeah, probably ESPN. And with your name on the back, it is really a walking billboard for awesome. And people are, if they ask my mom about it, they ask me about mine all the time. I love mine so much that I have a black and red one too, that I will wear one of them to do meetings in. So sometimes I wear a suit, sometimes they're comfortable, but sometimes I will wear a jersey because they just bad. I don't know how else to put it. And you earned it. You don't just get in this, you don't just buy. So these jerseys are supposed to be a significant amount of money. However, at World Axe Throwing Championships, I was utilizing my network marketing skills. It's not even on purpose. I just love talking to people and networking. And I got information from everybody. I got information from every vendor, everybody who was there. And the guy who was delivering the jerseys from this company who's at the check-in table, because you got to give them your ID and you got to sign, they got to find you in the list of qualifiers, and then you get your jersey. You can't just have one. And so, and you have to qualify like the year before to, to make all these thousands of jerseys. And we just connected. It was awesome, had a great conversation. And so when I reached out to the company, I asked to be connected with him. And he was like, we talked earlier, he was like, man, look, not only are we going to have you, not only do we have you on time, the jersey, we're getting them at their cost that the employee discounts get. And so I'm never going to be able to get this deal done again. For anybody who says, Will, I want 5,000, I want a jersey. I'm not going to wear it till I hit 5,000, but I want to get it now. We ain't getting this deal again. And again, I don't make nothing. They don't make nothing. This is literally a favor. Networking opens doors that money never could. These jerseys, we're getting them for $50 plus tax and shipping. It is the stupidest, most ridiculous. It is the best. $50 plus tax and shipping, which is ridiculous, which is really ridiculous. I have two of everything because that's me. It is insane. So for anybody who knows sports and jerseys and professional sports and ESPN sponsorships, it ain't never getting this good ever again. Don't even ask for it ever. It's never happening ever again. I just don't think that's ever going to happen again. These jerseys are going to become so popular, people will want them as they hit 5,000 in commissions over time. It's not going to be $50 plus tax and shipping per. That's impossible. That's impossible. It's impossible. So I was in tears on the phone. We were like this. Me and Seth were like this. We were best friends today. So that's what we got, ladies and gentlemen. And if you think you're going to be at 5,000 within the month of September coming up to the event, but you're right there, but you need that first of the month to get you over the top, let me know. I know what y'all are capable of. And if you say you're going to be at 5,000 in commissions, we believe you. I know nobody wants to be a liar, okay? But that being said, if you're 50K, 100K and up, I got you. Don't worry about it. But again, if it was 300, the regular 300, I would have had you anyway. I was really happy to find out I don't have to spend 300 per jersey because I was already committed to do it. And for the diamonds, if you're diamond, you're going to have diamond ambassador right here with the diamond and then the logo ambassador right on the top. And only diamonds have that part on there. So I hope y'all are hustling. I hope y'all are really pushing to get to diamond with these 50 BV orders. It is easier than it's ever been. So that's the updates right there. If you want a jersey, please let me know. I'm gonna get two. That's just me. And anybody who was on there who was too busy or you need to let them know. Hey man, we got jerseys, we got cards coming, and things of that nature. And that'll be there for people that in person. It's what it is. And if you can't attend the event because of a medical issue, by all means, let me know. If you're an international team member, let me know. Or if you're someone who's made 89 events in a row, but you just can't make this one, let me know. We will still honor that and respect that. Okay. And so we just got to get these commissions up. And I just want to see y'all decked out, man. It's gonna be a whole gang in here. You have in order to get a jersey, you have to be at 5,000 in total commissions with both companies, and you got the rest of this month, obviously, but then you have a couple of weeks worth of September to get that done, and just let me know. But it is not difficult. I've talked to several people this month who really took this business seriously. And again, I wish everybody would have jerseys. I'm sure the company that makes them wants everybody to have a jersey, but it's a thing that when you are in a competitive sport, because MLM is a sport, and we were the first people to ever talk about it like that. We're the first people to ever do fantasy football league. Congratulations to the marketing mavericks, right? We look, hey, Sharon Love, you can do it. Sharon Love Nelson, you can do it. You can do it. If you set your mind to it, you 100% can do it. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And you can do it in the time frame allotted. I know a lot of people have done, it's been done. It's been done by people, some people who are on this call. So I love the motivation, and it's a great motivation for you. And again, when you're at 5,000 in commissions, it shows us that you know the basics of how to build a network marketing business. You know how to close a sale. You know how to retail a product. You know how to talk to people. Miriam said, "I'm let's go, Miriam, let's go." It's oh, thank you, Coach Marcus. Appreciate that, boss. Yeah, thank you, Coach. And just so y'all know, Coach Marcus always contributes to the venue, the awards. I haven't had to do everything by myself in several years. Well, a couple of years, yeah, because Coach Marcus, again, he don't ask for no attention. He asks for the hype. He knows how hard it is to put together world-class events 2, 3, 4 times a year. And thanks, Coach. I appreciate that. Love that, man. Love that. Look, who ready to go back to Vegas? All right, but that being said, have your cards, have your jerseys. It's going to be super, super awesome. And any questions you have about any of this stuff, by all means, shoot me a Facebook message and let me know. I need to get off here. I need to finish my homework assignment for Coach Seymour, and I got to get some people added to the event list. But that $5,000 mark is very doable. It is super, super highly respected. And why is it respected? Put in the chat how much money the average network marketing company average network marketer makes over the course of their career. How much they make in the chat on average? $500. $500. So when you have a jersey and you put that on, you understand, and everybody who sees it is going to understand that at the bare minimum, you are 10 times better than any network marketer you can find is probably average. That's most people. You're going to be 10 times better than them. In your skills, in your effort, in your heart for people, your servant-driven leadership, your personal development, your product knowledge, your pay plan knowledge, you are becoming a complete network marketer when you hit the $5,000 in commission mark. It is nothing to laugh at. It is a serious deal. And all of us who have hit thousands and millions of dollars in this industry, guess what? We had to be at 5,000 at some point. And it's a great launch off point for everybody. So we just innovating over here. We want y'all to be the envy of every team in network marketing. Trust and believe. Any questions y'all have, shoot me a message on Facebook. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you, Coach Marcus. Thank you, Sydney, and everyone for hopping on. I can't wait to see everybody in Dallas this weekend. It's going to be another absolute banger. I already know. If you're in Texas and you're within 2 or 3 hours of Dallas, Texas, I politely recommend you get your face in the place. It's going to be a blast. These weren't out the last time we were there. So y'all going to see some, and the pay plan tweak we have coming with GoDasana wasn't out either the last time I was there. So y'all gonna be in for a treat this weekend. All right. And as soon as we get those official details from Paula in corporate, we will let y'all know, but it'll probably be the first of the month. You will see that pay plan tweak in GoDasana resulting in even more money, which is just absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right. Thank y'all for your time. Good night. God bless. And we will see y'all tomorrow, Wednesday, Coach's Corner. Do not miss it. The one and only Coach Sonic Boom Jones will be doing everything in his power, which is a lot, to give you the skills that you need to build a successful network marketing business. Coach Sonic's one of the few trainers that every single time I hear from him, I learn something new whenever that young man coaches. And it is not like that with most coaches in the industry at all. But if you've ever seen him train in person, you know. All right. So y'all have a good night. God bless. And we'll see y'all on the next one.